Hello everyone, welcome back to Parkitect. Last episode we looked at some terraforming stuff, made that little lake, and we also looked at some decorations. And now I think it's time that we just build some roller coasters. One thing I noticed about this game as you go on is that it does kind of suffer some frame rate drops once you get a really big park with a lot of people and a lot of rides, so it might get a little choppy here. But to build a roller coaster, you just click on the rides here, click on the second tab, coasters, and you can see there's a whole bunch to choose from. There are pre-made ones. Click that little file. Here are some like the pre-made coasters for that. You can see they're very huge. You can spin them around. You can build a pre-made one, or you could build your own. So I'm going to start with a log chute because it's 50 degrees out. It's going to be summer. Time to get going, right? So you can hold the right mouse or the left mouse button to kind of spin around to get it pointed the way you want it to go. And you just left click to place it. And then that's how you start. Now we'll have to build the station to start. So we'll go 6. That 3 right there is the height. So 6 tiles of station. That's where people will exit and get on the ride. Off click that. And for this particular one, it's all automatic for if it goes up, it will take the log up with it, the car or whatever you call it. You just keep getting build to build the next one. Eventually you'll get too high for the support, so you have to level off. You can different curve angles for what you want to do. And then you can select how steep you want the drops to be. Hit that little bulldozer button to change your mind, delete it. You can have different curves and stuff if you want. Make it snake-like. You click it again to deselect, and you can have it go back up again. And that's about it. You can just keep actually we'll have it end, how about? And you just go back to where you started. Then you can build the entrance, you can build the exit. It will show you a little ghost car, which for the log chute doesn't matter as much because it's, you know, like it's the way they're designed. You'll see it on the next roller coaster. But it'll show you like how it will work. So like if you have something that's too steep, like the car can't get over, it will show you that. So once we're done, this is where test mode comes in. You can adjust how many cars there are, like this one has trains. We'll have 5 for this one. It's a short track, so we only get 5. And then we'll just let it run for a few moments. We'll build our exit. While it's in test mode, people won't go on it. So this is where this information comes in. We'll see how long the actual ride is, how excited people get, what the intensity is, and how nauseous people will get. And again, you can still, if you want, you can follow along. Click it a couple times to switch cars. So the one full loop is about a minute 42 seconds. Excitement just under 50. Low intensity, low nausea. That's not bad. Max speed is 26 miles an hour, almost 27. It shows you the average, shows you all the information. While you're building it, you can have visualization. This is the G-force. You see it's higher towards at the bottom there. We kind of bottom out. You can show airtime, which in this is not much because it's, you know, a log chute. And then speed, velocity. So you can kind of get an idea of what you're actually working with. So this is our first roller coaster then. And people are lining up to ride it. And then if you click on the ride, it will show you what people think. They want something more intense than that log chute. This one's not very intense. It's kind of boring, actually. This is not my best log chute. But just to show you how it works. Nice little river ride. People can get wet. It is night. Holy God, that's really hot. 90 degrees. So that's that. How about, and these are really in the way, aren't they? We'll build, how about just a steel coaster? So we'll start with the station. That's where we'll have it begin. That's 5, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll click the station off. This one will have to have the lift. I believe this one is 1 slope up is as high as it can go. 4 slopes is too high. So for the lift, we do want that. And really, you can go... Oh, how did they get over there? He's trapped. I did not realize people snuck over there. Oops. Anybody else over here? Yep. Oh, God dang it, there is. Where are they coming from? They must have been stuck there since the park opened and we just kind of forgot about them. So they're going to need a rest. I think that's all of them. Okay, back to the coaster. Oops, I don't want to build that yet. Don't... Whatever, fine. There we go. So we'll just click the little arrows to go back to where we were. It does go around, as you can see. So we'll keep going up with the lift. This is where that ghost train comes in handy, because you can actually see how the train will react. So if you go too steep or not steep enough or what have you. So there we go. We're maxed out now. This is as high as we can go. 25 units of height. And then we can unclick that. And then we can select how steep we want to drop. Obviously, the steeper it goes, the more that will start to play a role. Can we go down one more maybe? Now we gotta go back one. There we go. We'll turn that off for now. And then we can have... See, this is where gravity is important. So you gotta make sure that the ghost car will actually make it up that steep, steep incline. So that is very steep. But it is kind of nice to kind of slow it down just a little bit so people don't get too sick. Wait for that ghost car. It could make it up that. But why don't we do something else? This is where it kind of gets laggy a little bit. Oops, went too far. We'll throw some loops in, how about? There's a whole bunch of options for loops. We'll just do a couple of those. Will it make it? Vroom, vroom. It'll do the 2. Okay, we'll stop there. And then... You can't have it turn on this particular one. And see, now we're getting in the way of the log chute there. So we'll have to figure something out here. One slope down. There we go. 3 is what we want. So we could do, is there an S curve? There is. And we'll have it go straight. Oops, so we want maybe one more. And this is just so, you know, you don't have to do it like that. You can do however you want. And then you can have a break so people, and you can do it at other places. Like if it's going to be way too intense, you can't have it break, you know, somewhere else so it doesn't get too crazy. And of course, you know, there's the block break, which I think will actually stop it, and then, you know, once it gets to steady, it will go again. There's a lot of cool options. You also rotate the angle of the track, which I didn't really do it for this one. But as you can see, there's a lot you can do. So now we'll test it. And I want to have, we'll have 7 cars. Wow, someone's really screaming up a storm. But we'll see. We'll make sure that this isn't too intense, that people aren't going to freak out and die on it and stuff like that. We want people to go on it. People are going to, I mean, that's why we make our money. People pay to go on these rides. We want people to want to go on this. So we don't want it to be too out of control. Whoa, whoa. It's a very short ride, but I got dizzy just looking at it. So it is very intense. It's actually way too intense. Maybe we can. Whoops. I think that's how you can do, like, you know, several tracks at once if you want, if you do that option. What if we braked it? What? Oh. We're not done yet. I thought I hit build. Brake. There we go. Let's see if that will affect the intensity. I think the problem is it's before the brake is when it gets crazy, but we'll see if this helps. But this is what's nice about the brakes, is that, you know, you might be able to take some points off the intensity. It's not crazy high that nobody's going to want to touch it. You do want people to want to go on this. You go down, up, loop, loop, down. So does that help? Will the intensity go down? It was at 120.9, 120.1. So this probably is not going to be very popular because it is super intense. But just in case, we'll make a nice long queue. I think like you want under 100. I think 100 is kind of like a good spot. Yeah, see, people are already turning away. Oh, he went on it. So we do get a few people. I think, like I said, that 100 is like that's a really good spot. You'll have nice long lines with that. How long was this ride? Minute 31. That's not terrible. But yeah, I mean, you can make some really crazy, like, you can have it, like, you know, all really compact and it's, like, looped into each other. Kind of like stuff like this, where you can kind of go, like, in between and through rides and stuff. So this is where it kind of starts to slow down a bit. You can kind of tell it's a little bit choppier than it was. One of the downsides, but overall it's a pretty fun game and I do like it. And I will keep up, you know, hopefully, I'm thinking I will, if there's updates and things like that. So we got our 2 semi-successful coaster type rides, more or less. This might be a good time to take a little break. So as always, thank you for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed, and I do hope to see you next time.